I'm joined now by industry guru, freelance journalist Martin Cowen. Martin, thanks for taking some time out. So day 2 today of the Rail Forum. Anything from the first day which struck you as particularly interesting or different, or something agreed with or disagreed with in terms of your experience as
Okay,
an
well,
industry guru?
I've sort of known about Amadeus as a business since I started in travel journalism 2001, so I know the business very well. My speciality is sort of air and airline distribution, so what I was particularly interested in was the way in which there are commonalities between the air and rail distribution arguments, the way in which there's the drive for direct distribution through airline.com, or in this case rail.com, but also then the need to be able to distribute it through agents. And another thing that I found quite interesting was the way in which sort of the regulatory environment of the rail industry is an issue for technology companies such as Amadeus, who are looking to provide cross-ticketing. The airline industry has alliances. Such things don't really exist in the rail sector, so it's quite an interesting dynamic for a technology company that wants to be a one-stop shop, for want of a better cliche. How do you get around the regulatory issues? And once you've got around the regulatory issues, the impression I got was that they were a bigger concern than the technology issues. The technology seems to be relatively straightforward while being quite complicated. So that was probably the key takeaway from the bigger picture takeaway from yesterday.
No, it's interesting. And do you think there are lessons that can be learned perhaps from air for the rail industry, or do you see them? You said they're quite complementary in terms of some of the issues, some of the trends. Is rail still lagging behind air? Is rail now kind of a mode of transport which people would consider, alternatively to air, or is it just still complementary and something which is a nice to do rather than a must
Okay, well,
do?
that's a great question. I mean, from a consumer perspective, I think the rail industry should do more to promote its product. I mean,
the idea, you mean the
actual experience of being on the train. I still find it astounding that anybody would fly from London to Paris, for example, when you can get the Eurostar. It takes 3 hours. It's the middle of London, so it is that door-to-door. Your chap Murray today was talking about the Boston to New York rail service in the States takes you from downtown Boston to downtown New York, whereas if you have to fly. So I think the rail industry could be doing a lot to promote the product. From a technology provider's perspective, there's more capacity on rail. So I don't know the precise details, but I would imagine there's 700 seats on a Eurostar and it flies 3 times a day. So there's maybe more that rail companies can be doing in terms of yield management. Maybe some of the yield management intelligence that Amadeus has got from working with airlines could be applied to rail. There's sort of special offers and promotions, advanced ticketing. There's a lot that rail could be doing in terms of the distribution to make it more viable.
Very good, Martin. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers.